Welcome to Get Real with Sarah Jeffrey, realtor, real life talker, and your go-to girlfriend for the honest stuff no one else is saying out loud. This is Get Real with Sarah, where we ditch the highlight reel and talk real life, home, hustle, heartbreak, and everything in between. So grab your coffee, your wine, and let's get real.
So I am Sarah, and this is Get Real with Sarah. And it's a podcast done by a mom, a realtor, a full-time employee. And it's just to talk about the chaos of life and working and just to keep you company. Like Paige, when she was my tenant, would come keep me company to keep me sane.
Gotta fill up on my iced coffees.
You did have so many iced
Gotta
coffees.
fill up.
What is that right there?
Ooh, this is sublime. This
Sublime.
is a tea.
Oh, it's a tea. It's a tea.
Creamsicle tea.
And yeah, my why of doing this is to just meet people and get myself out there and get people to want to be my friend, because I don't really have any. I have like 5 friends, but I am, being a working mom, unless I see you at Target, Hugo's, or like my kids' activities, I'm not going to meet anyone. So I was like, how do I get myself out there, being that I do sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
I need people to know me,
Mm-hmm.
and you can't really get to know me from a billboard. And so talking with Paige, I was like, I've always wanted to do a podcast because, I don't know, I like to talk.
Sarah's a great talker. Great conversations.
Thanks. So the feel is that I'm just going to be your best friend. I'm going to keep it genuine, honest, and nothing is off the table for topics, except for like judgmental things. Like this is a judgment-free zone. And ideally, we would have enough listeners that people would suggest topics that we can kind of feed off of and learn from each other, and then just build that community and trust with each other. So yeah, no topic is too much unless it's like to hurt someone's feelings, because we're not here to hurt people's feelings. Yet. Yeah. I mean, we can be controversial. I can't say it, controversial, but we don't need to be like harmful, and we don't need to be judgmental. So like, and two, with that, like I want people to come into this podcast with an open mind, because I can believe what I want to believe, like that we didn't go to the moon.
We did go to the moon.
We didn't go to the moon.
Yes, we did.
And I'm
everyone.
allowed to say that, and it doesn't mean that I'm dumb or that I'm like a conspiracist.
It just means you're wrong.
Or that, yeah. But like I'm not wrong, because we didn't call President Reagan from the moon when I don't get reception at Lake of the Woods. And nothing in the world can convince me otherwise. Even the scientists. It's not going to happen.
Hey, bestie Reagan.
Yeah.
Made it up here. Just landed.
It's dark.
A little chilly, but we'll be back down.
There's not
there,
much,
no worries.
life, but I'm up here. So anyways, it's a judgment-free zone. And so anyone can say what they want and be who they want. I'm a safe place. Except for some things.
Which we will get into.
Yeah,
Don't
we will
you
get into
Don't you
that.
worry, Sarah.
I do
We
say,
know
so like when I told Travis that I was going to do a podcast, he literally was like, are you sure that's like how you want to do this? And I was like, he's like, well, you say some things sometimes that maybe you shouldn't. And I was like, well, first off, they can edit those out.
We can
so don't
definitely
panic.
edit those out.
But sometimes it's okay to be the person who says things that maybe you shouldn't.
You have to get real.
Get real.
Hello.
Get real.
Hello.
Hello. So, dishing on myself first. I am, like I said, a realtor at Oxford, and I'm not here to sell real estate. I'm not here to sell or even like talk about the market. I do want it to be in the back of your mind that I'm a realtor, because if we start like vibing together, then when you go to sell or buy 3 years from now, you're gonna be like, Sarah from that podcast was cool. She's someone I would hang out with for 6 months or a day. Like it took Paige a day to buy a house.
Literally a day.
But it took
was amazing.
my other clients, like we looked at houses for 3 years and they ended up not even buying one yet. So you obviously want to like vibe with your person. And I think I do sometimes present myself as like, I don't know if like the word's unintelligent, but I'm just not very quote unquote professional maybe.
You're professional. You're
But
just
I don't
real.
believe in the
That's literally the podcast name.
But I don't
Hello.
believe in like the standard or the social norms of professionalism. Like I'm not going to show up in heels and a blazer and like slacks. I'm coming, whether it's in leggings because I just worked out or I woke up late. But I am intelligent and I work hard in what my passions are. So like real estate, being a mom, all these things. But I'm not going to fit some mold that like some old dudes in like 1950 decided was professional. Like if you really think about professionalism, it was decided by some men in what, the 1960s?
Yep.
And like that's even like with being a wife. It's like, okay, to be a wife, you have to want to cook and do laundry. It's like, first off, I make a damn good partner, but I can tell you I have not done like a load of laundry since Travis and I moved in together.
That must be nice.
I know.
That must
Hashtag
be
blessed.
nice.
Hashtag blessed. But I am I clean. Like I'll scrub the floors and he doesn't. And we're a partnership.
Yep.
So I don't believe in the box that was created by a couple men back in the day who are like, to be a professional, you should shake a hand and hold it, hard. And then women should wear heels and skirts. It's like, you're not going to get that from me. But I will work hard and I will help you.
Can I just say it does not matter about professionalism with you because you got it done in a day.
A day.
Hello.
In
She's
and
good
out.
at what she does. She's
In
good
and
at
out.
what she does.
But so what I'm selling here is just me, and I'm not here to sell real estate. And but yeah, keep in mind that I do it if you're looking and if we vibe. So I do think it's important to note that I was adopted because this is a huge part of me, and I understand it was like 2 years ago. No, it wasn't. It was like 22 years ago. But it is, when I think about who I am as a person, I think this is huge because I have multiple personalities. What is that called? Schizophrenia?
Like multiple
personality
disorder?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not that. Like, I'm not diagnosed at least. But I think about all of my personalities. Okay, dead ass. I lived on a pig farm. That was one of my foster homes. Like, talk about impactful. You live on a beef farm.
I live on a farm. Beef, corn, soybeans.
That impacts who you are, right?
It does.
So, like, I think it's important to note that I was adopted, A, because it has really changed my perspective on life and my openness to, like, all people. I mean, my bio mom was a meth addict. Lived with her till I was, like, 8. And then I lived in, like, a kids hospital for, like, kids who, like, no foster home would take because I was crazy. Karma with my own kids. They have ADHD just like me. And then I lived on a pig farm, and that was neat. I got out of there. I told my social worker, I said, get me out of here. Like, this place is filthy. We got to go. Sorry, they're my friends on Facebook. Oh, well, it's fine. It is. It's the reality. I'm sorry. It was.
Well,
They had a bathroom that was turned into an entire litter box for their cat.
That's disgusting.
Right. We got me out. I told Pam Sand, she was my social worker. I was like, and I probably literally said it just like this. Get me the fuck out of here. And I was 8 or 9 or 10 or something, right? Like, I was pretty like hood. So anyways, lived on a pig farm. And then I also lived with a family that had a shit ton of kids. And they were kind of more poor, and we shared a room, and they let me like have pet worms that I found in the yard. Like, but then I also lived with Pat and Roger, who were like, I was an only child and I was spoiled. And they let me get my hair cut at like JCPenney's. And in the 2000s,
That was the shit.
ooh, spoiled.
That was
I had a
the
TV
shit.
in my room. So I think all these parts kind of like made me who I am, because like there was a time I thought about this. Like, there's times I don't know how I didn't die, because I'd be like at Joe Black's and I'd see this biker gang and I'd be like, do you know my mom? And I'm dressed in like preppy stuff, and I'd go up there and I'd be like, do you know my mom? And I'd say the name. They'd be like, yeah, we do. And I'm like, psh. And then I would go to the women. I'd be like, don't let them, because I know like kind of what happened with my mom. And I'd be like, don't let them do that to you. And I'm like, Sarah, like, you can't just go up to strangers and like tell them that their husband should be nice to them. So anyways, it's really impacted who I am. So that's important to know. And I really do want to advocate at some point for like foster kids and foster parents. And like, I'm here for advice, whether it's good or bad.
Fun fact, I'm a foster dad.
Are you a foster dad?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have foster kids?
I do have 2.
Shut up.
Yep.
What made you decide to get into that?
My girlfriend at the time, now my fiance,
Yeah.
she was fostering a kid on her own, and then I started dating her.
Oh, I'm so jealous.
And he's just the cutest little thing.
That is amazing. truly, foster parents, like, I would go to the end of the world for foster parents. Like, totally changed my whole perspective of you.
It was
Like,
it was an interesting story. She was just, I knew her before and whatever, and then I was trying to get her back, and she was watching this kid for a week,
Right?
and then that week turned into, oh well, I'm now a foster mom. Yeah, and she's like the best woman ever.
Really?
Yeah.
How old are your foster kids?
6 and 8.
And two, so that points out, like, you were willing to take little bit older kids.
Well, we'll just do first letters because
Yes.
So B and L.
Yep.
B is who we got first. He was 3 when we got him. So this was 3 years ago, and I was 21.
Wow. So you were fostered at 21.
Yeah, she was 20, like just turned 20.
Great
And
hearts.
now,
Great hearts.
yeah, now we have L, B sister,
Yeah.
who's 8.
So did you get her after you already had B kind of thing?
Yeah, we've had B forever, L for like just a couple months now.
Amazing. So I feel like the older kids are kind of the ones like no one wants, which I get because I know actually I was a really good kid when I went into foster care initially, and then once I got adopted and stuff, it kind of got a little strange there. But I think older kids, most people want like the babies and the toddlers because it's cute and they don't really have the traumas yet, So like you get an 8-year-old who, like me, I had lived with my mom who'd done math and like been around all these things. I had 2 tattoos by 3rd grade, 4th grade.
What?
Yeah, I was crazy. I was hood.
But where did you even get those from, Sarah?
In my mom's living room. And I've
Oh
gotten,
my gosh.
even as an adult, I used to get them in living rooms and then I snapped out of it. So, like, I come across as really preppy, I think, to the world. But, like, there's layers. So, like, that little 8-year-old probably saw things that maybe some 8-year-olds don't. And then now you have a little more work. And not even necessarily more work. It's not that. It's just different. Like, you're unraveling maybe some traumas, or you're dealing with, like, behaviors that she maybe wouldn't have had as a typical 8-year-old had she not gone through her traumas, So I think a lot of people... And I mean, even as a foster kid myself, I'd be like, well, do I want to wait until my kids are out of the house so that if we do get a child who has a lot of traumas, it doesn't impact them? Or there's a lot of complications with it. But the kids or the foster parents who took me as, an 8, 9, 10-year-old, I honestly don't even know how old I was. It's so repressed. So I feel like I could be a good government study. Like if I die, I'm donating my brain to science. Because
Just for Jacob.
the only downfall is I'm not going to be able to see it myself. But I feel like there might be some things in there that you could like explore and find out about the human.
Talk to UND.
UND, yeah. UND,
Talk
you
to
can have
UND.
my brain.
Sponsor us.
Study it. Tell my kids so they know, hey, just so you know, your mother was, and then that way they can understand why I was the way I was.
Blank, blank, blank. Fill it in, crowd.
But that is
Fill it in.
amazing you do that. Wow. That makes my heart so happy, and my Friday has been made. You
Oh.
made my Friday.
Thanks.
I can be happy all day now.
It is a sweet story.
It is.
I love hearing about
and
it.
you were so young.
It's a cute little story.
Like-
I'm such a good person. Wow.
And now he's getting married.
And now
he's
we're getting married.
Me too. And that's a topic too. So you call her your fiance, and I've said this to Paige.
Yeah.
I'm
tired of it. She's my wife at this point.
Yeah, yes.
Aw.
And you legitimately, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think fiance is the grossest word ever. I would rather say the word moist before I said the word fiance. And there's 2 things here. And I'm not gonna put this on Paige because it's a secret. But I think there's, boyfriend, girlfriend, blank, fiance.
What's
Hate that word.
blank?
Yeah, what's
So
blank?
blank is you're a little bit older, you're living together, possibly have children, paying bills. You might share a car, and you're going to say, I'm your girlfriend? Like, we have a kid. I don't think
Yeah,
that's
that's
a
not
term.
right.
No, and first off, can you be a girlfriend when you're like, I don't know, 30-some years old? Am I a girl? Is a girl a gender? I literally was thinking about this morning. Is girl a gender or is it an age? Because you have woman, female, girl.
So you want woman friend?
But I'm not a friend either. We have a house and a child.
My love woman.
Like, and you're not a partner. Partner's too vague. You could be a part. You guys are partners. You work together.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So what is, you have your boyfriend, girlfriend, and I would say that's up until 20s.
Okay.
And then now you're dating, but you're like not living together.
Okay.
Significant other is the only other word I can think of, and that's disgusting.
Yes. So we need to think of a word. And so I was like, I called Travis like my partner because I literally cannot call him my fiance. Not that I'll call him my hubby and my husband when that time comes, but like the fiance word, it doesn't work for me. Do you agree?
What is there something about it, Jacob?
Well,
like, what do you feel about this?
Well, I just feel like fiance is a very feminine term. And as a man, I just feel like I'm not a fiance. I'm like just the guy who's getting, I'm just I'm a pre-husband.
Pre-husband.
Oh, pre-husband.
Yeah.
Pre-wife.
Done. I'm going to call Travis that.
Pre-wife, pre-hus.
Yeah. And that's where it's like when they're living together and you have kids or you have a car
especially
payment
us,
together.
like
I
we
like
started
pre-husband.
fostering, and now we're like, okay, we have 2 kids. We have, we're living in a house.
Yeah, this is my boyfriend.
We have a dog.
Yeah.
Jacob.
Like, no.
That'd be weird to say.
That's what I'm saying.
I just tell people she's my wife.
I really like
She's
the
got a ring on
pre-husband.
it, so.
And you have a ring too, don't you?
I wear a ring.
Yeah, that's so sweet.
I really like the pre-husband.
So sweet.
I'm so locked into that. That is my term.
Yeah,
You
pre-husband,
did it.
pre-wife.
Pre-husband.
There we go. I solve solutions.
You
will
did.
learn a new phrase.
Dead
each
ass.
podcast.
That's awesome. Pre-husband,
Husband.
pre-wife. I'd say that because, like I said, I've been calling him my partner, and I'm like, God, then I feel like I have to explain it. Like, oh, my partner, like my fiance, and then I have to explain my feelings on why I don't call him that. And then now, once again, this person is just locked into me, just word vomiting on them, and they're like, I didn't ask for this. Like, do you want to buy the shoes or not for your fiance? He's not my fiance.
Please don't identify.
He's your
him
pre-husband.
as,
He's my
fiancé.
pre-husband.
I love that. That's good.
Today we did something. So I was like Googling like what should podcasts be about? And they're like, you need a niche. I do not have a niche. Did we talk about this?
I don't need a
I
niche.
think so.
I don't have a niche.
The niche is Sarah.
I am the jack of all trades, the master of none. I do not have a niche.
Master of none.
I was like,
Sarah.
I can like paint, but I can't paint like super well. Or I can like sing, but not in public. Or, I don't have a niche. I don't have any suggestions. I'm just here to be a
just your
sister.
life.
Yeah.
This is your life, and you want to share it and make people not feel alone.
Right. And I was thinking like, I just come here to give like neutral party sisterly advice. Like, hey, this happened to me. Ooh. Theo Vaughn.
You're also here to
As a
entertain.
I love Theo.
I love him.
That might be very
Do
controversial.
you think I could?
Theo Vaughn?
Some people think
I think he's
like
just so well loved.
borderline.
No, he's just so well
You
loved.
don't see him well. But
He's
I
just a
love
good
him.
person.
He's hilarious.
See, the thing
he's
is,
so
he's just
funny.
like, he's so
So
like
funny.
innocent about what he's saying. He's just saying how it feels.
Yeah.
It's not like there's no actual like anger or happiness or whatever
Right.
behind
Right.
his words. He's just like, that's how I feel.
And the
You know-
people that he talks to don't take it that way
No.
either. It's just certain
Well, it's because
people.
it's,
You
it's
cannot offend
intention.
me.
It's all intention.
Right.
No
In
one could
context.
offend me. I'm very self-aware. So like when I go, the amount of calls I get from the school, 99% of the time I'm like, all right, I got your back. I mean, the principal texts me. It was to the point where I wouldn't answer my phone until I Googled the number so I knew how to prepare myself for that phone call. And so I'm getting a call and I Google it and it says the principal's name. And I'm like, really? Like, cause I have the school's number saved so that I can start sweating before I answer it. I'm living my parents' life right now with all of my kids though. Like Liam is just all of me, just outgoing, loud, impulsive, social, all these things. Tegan is a diva, flip your hair. Like Briggs is stubborn. It's like so I can't have any more kids. And it's like, wow, there's a reason because we're tapped out.
What are their ages again?
What are they? So I do have a,
What are they
forget.
again?
I don't know,
I
they
am
just
so
run
bad with
around
dates.
and do
I
their
put them
thing.
in my calendar, their birthdays for
Yeah.
like I put it on yearly
Yep.
because I am so afraid I'm going to forget a birthday because I don't remember dates.
I don't either. If
You know,
that makes you feel
numbers,
any better.
dates, whatever. And so I put it in my calendar. And when I go to the like doctor's appointments, but in my defense, like, so I have a bonus kid and his birthday is October 1st. And then my son's birthday is October 14th. And then Tegan's birthday is October 10th. October's tough. And I never turn away cake. But by the end of October, I do, because Travis's dad's birthday is in October. His grandma's birthday is in October. We have the 3 kids' birthdays in October. My dad's birthday is the last day of September. Is that the 30th or 31st?
Mm-hmm.
30th?
I think it's.
There's only 30.
I think there's
31
30 days in September, right?
Yeah, 30 days. It's 30 days. Has September, April, June, and November.
Wow, he is so smart.
Yeah.
So I don't know that. So
fair.
yeah. So my dad's
people
birthday
might
then is September 30th. So we have cake. And by literally the end of it, I'm like, no thanks. And I'll eat a whole buttercream,
thanks.
Hugo's buttercream frosting.
Shout out Hugo's.
Like, I'll eat a whole cake. I do not care. But come by end of October, I'm done. No thanks.
October is when my birthday is.
Oh, shit. Do you want a buttercream?
You
want a buttercream?
I'm not a
cake?
cake fan.
Shut up.
I
What do you
know.
eat then?
I know. I don't like pancakes.
Pie?
Cakey. No, don't like pie. I'll eat like a nice, dense something.
What's
like
that?
It can't be airy and fluffy, like dry in my mouth. Ugh.
No, Hugo's is pretty moist.
Oh, the Hugo's cake.
Moist.
I'll have to try that one.
And their
But
donuts, they
I'll
also
try to
have
have a
donuts.
brownie, but it can't be the cakey batter
See,
brownie. I
As
have
someone
to
who
have
can't
dense.
have like baked goods, that just is wrong. You
Why
should.
can't you have baked goods?
I'll die.
He's allergic to eggs.
Yeah.
Oh, you're one of those.
Well, it just happened when I was 21. So
It was eggs too.
the worst part's out. Eggs are in a lot of things.
Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Brownies.
Yeah. Nope.
Where things are produced have eggs.
I mean, you could do like the whole like brownie with pop.
I've tried it. It's not the
Doesn't
same.
taste the
It's
same.
not. Well, it's always a texture. The flavor's always good. Just can't get that texture right.
Yeah, you need an egg.
My
But
mother-in-law's
eggs are pretty
going
disgusting.
full chemist.
They kind of are like you'll
You
be
think
eating
about it?
one and then you look at it and you're like, ugh.
Such a gross. Like
Like,
who
what?
ate the first egg?
Like it
Someone who's
literally came out
hungry.
of a chicken's butt, and they're like, "Ooh, is that
You think
poop
about
or
cow
should we
milk.
Try that?"
Think about cow milk.
That's disgusting too.
I-
Like, what did someone do?
I've had cow milk straight from the udder.
Not
so you
a
went
chance.
down to
Room
the udder
temperature?
and started sucking on a cow's udder?
No, I milked it into.
Hey,
I
goddamn.
milked it into a cup. You know.
But that's what I'm thinking. Like, what did
Yes.
someone do? What did someone do?
You pass a cow. You see a little baby cow drinking on the little mom's titty.
Okay, that's true. And then there may be like, oh, should we try
It's-
that?
I've tried to drink almond milk though, and I can drink it in coffee. I've tried to do the oat and like even dip in an Oreo. Like it is not okay. The people who can drink oat and almond milk,
Well, it's
I've
not that
tried.
weird because humans are, babies are breastfed. They see cows
Right,
are
but
breastfed. All animals are
but as
raised
a
on their
grown
mother,
man,
on their
he
mother's milk.
shouldn't be, and he may,
What if it was a woman?
but he shouldn't be drinking a baby's titty milk either.
What if it was a woman
Yeah, that's true.
who was like, "Hey, must be similar."
I've had 3 kids.
I'm
and
praying
I've
that
never
that's
even,
the case because I just don't like the picture in my head of just this random guy going up to a cow and be like,
He
"Oh,
did.
you like that milk? Let
He
me
did
try
it.
some of that milk
Paige,
from
he
the
did
cow."
it. He did it.
I know.
What if it was a woman? I was like,
Because
Out
Put
women,
one and two
cleaning,
together.
gardening, and she's like,
yeah.
"Oh my goodness!"
Remember
I
we
make
talked
that.
about roles
Yeah.
back in the olden days. Women weren't with the cows.
they
They
would
were in
milk
the
the
house.
cows.
They
Ever
were
heard of a milkmaid?
they were milking the. They were making the butter.
Have you heard of a milkmaid? That's a common thing back on the farm. Is the wife would go milk the cows? Well,
You're right.
That's a-
But
that's
she
a
was
common
told
thing.
to go milk the cow.
I'm sure she liked it.
It was told that was her job.
Could be a hobby.
What do you think the first cow looked like?
Every other cow.
You think so?
Well, no, because he believes in dinosaurs.
Right.
So they
there's gotta
evolved
be
from
It
something.
probably
No.
came from a fish. Everyone.
A mammoth.
No, here's the thing.
They say chickens came from
They said
fish.
humans came
No,
from fish. There's like this
no, they
big
didn't.
controversy.
God made all the animals and all the creatures, and he made
Yes,
ma-
I
he-
agree.
He, made
I agree
male,
too.
female.
Oh, we can
Love
all
you.
say that we are God fearing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
God fearing. I got
Me too.
Psalms 46:8 tattooed on the front of my ankles in a living room.
I haven't done that, but I love God, and I was a Bible camp counselor, and
Yeah. Okay.
I can
I went
play
to a
I can play
Catholic
some camp
school.
songs on the guitar.
I went to a Catholic school,
I didn't do that. I would.
which
probably-
I feel
didn't go
like
to
that
Catholic
explains
school.
a lot, you know?
well,
That's how I graduated. It was a class of 32. Like, I'm not going to not graduate.
Yeah. I did graduate in a class of 30.
Yeah, like no
So-
one's going to get held back in a class of 30.
No. Was a 4.0, but I don't know how
But like
what
you
credit
think,
that goes
well,
to since it's
do you ever
a small
think, and I
school.
feel like you would have done, like you graduated college,
Right.
but I think like if I would have been in a public school,
Uh-huh.
they had rules. They
I
didn't
feel
have
like
Mr.
Catholic-
Meyer.
I thought Catholic
Yeah, I
schools are way
thought
more strict than
Catholic-
public schools.
No.
Not the one I went to.
What did they say when you got in trouble?
I didn't. They said, leave Sarah alone.
Oh.
Like I once walked out of a class because a teacher was like, the teachers were all on one. You know, they were just being so angry. So like it was the end of the school year. I get it. But like I just wanted my graduation pictures, and anyone could tell you that was in my classroom. Like this dead ass happened. And I wanted my graduation pictures. Wouldn't give them to me. So I left. And then Dana Yanish, Sarah, I said, I'm going home, which I wouldn't. My parents would have killed me. And then my principal said, Sarah, come back. I'll give you chocolate. You can get your graduation pictures. And that's what happened. That's all it was.
So they loved you.
You
They loved
suckered
all
you
of
with
us.
chocolate?
Yeah.
Mm,
That was
Catholic
Mr.
school.
Meyer's way of bringing me back. We all won it. Like anyone you all got to graduate. And I was top of my class too.
Wow.
I don't know how.
I mean, it
I
happens
struggled
a
in
small
math.
school, though.
Oh,
I was top 25.
out of how many kids?
100.
That's still pretty good.
That's like the same as us now. We can all relate.
Yeah,
We can all relate on that. We were really smart.
we're educated.
Yes, we are.
I did one time found out I was in like the not so smart English class.
Ooh, they didn't even tell you.
Well, they didn't tell. I just showed up first day and I was like, looked around. I was like,
No, Jacob, if it makes you feel better,
This is
I
not good.
didn't actually struggle.
some of
with
these kids
reading.
I know are not the best.
Maybe they put you there because they knew that you're a God-fearing man and that you would help them.
I didn't. I just mind my own business.
Okay.
We watched movies the whole year. It was good. It turned out
Oh.
great.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Okay.
school,
Also, there wasn't a single girl in that class. And I was like, okay.
no distractions.
I was like, this is
No elementary a girlfriend for me.
this was my senior year.
Oh. Sorry about that.
You know,
Got him.
this is before I found out I had dyslexia. So
Oh.
wow, tough crowd.
We gotta cut that one out. We can't be laughing at a disability like that. That's bad.
My friend,
As the editor, I will leave that in.
yeah, it's okay.
Don't leave that in. I don't want to get.
Canceled. You know what though? That's
It's
what
the
I'm
way
saying.
you said it.
No.
Okay, it's the
Yeah.
way you said it.
And
We're
it's
not
okay
making
to be
fun of your.
dyslexic.
It's a joke.
Sometimes I'm like that with
Wait,
numbers.
you're not actually.
No, I'm severely dyslexic.
Oh.
I found out in
I feel
college.
like that really makes. Well, no, I feel like that's fine with what you're doing. Like you're still fine with dyslexia.
You want to know the story?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
go ahead,
we
tell us.
can cut this
Like
off. if
when
we
did you
want.
find out you were dyslexic?
My junior year of college.
Oh,
Wait, your junior. Why does keep
When
stuff
I was
keep happening
21.
to you
A
when
lot
you're
happened
old?
when I
21 was a tough year.
from like 19 to now. A lot of different things have happened. I went from like college football player to now dad. And
Yeah,
like,
that's true. And you're young. So
yeah. All like the 3-year span. This all happened.
now you're getting married too.
And now I'm getting married. So yeah, a lot's changed. So anyways, I go, one of my teammates, his name's Haley. His parents started this whole thing about dyslexia because he was dyslexic.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this whole story about it, and like he had a pretty hard case of dyslexia, and his parents started this whole foundation and all that to help these kids. Awesome people, really just like salt of the earth. And he's like, we were in the same class, and I was like, oh, I just he's like, I was typing notes, and it's all red lines because I don't spell anything right.
Fair.
And he's like, hey, you like, as your teammate and friend, like you might have dyslexia. And I was like, what? No, I'm fine.
Right.
I got A's and B's in school. I was a smart kid. I was a science major, physics, whatever, right? And he's like, well, maybe just look into it. So he sent me a little online test, like a pre-test. And I did that, and I was like, hey, you should go get real tested. I was like, cool.
There's like a real test for it.
Like I go to a building, I sit down, they test me. And they bring out these 3 blocks. 3 colored blocks. And I'm like, okay, this is baby stuff. This is ridiculous.
Gravy.
And she goes, I'm going to make 3 sounds. I'm going to point at each block, and then you repeat back to me which block is what sound.
Okay.
Right? And I heard 3 sounds, the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, done. She just starts
Fail.
writing down notes, and I'm like, oh no. So then I found out I'm like, I'm less than 1 percentile.
Isn't that crazy though that the school?
So then they didn't believe it because I tested so low, like on the bell chart, I'm way to the left.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, this is impossible. Like the kid who's the foundation's name after scored higher than you. Right?
Right.
So they go, okay, let's do it again. We do the same test again, same exact score. They're like, okay, how are you in college and doing well? Like you graduated top 25 of your class.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting A's and B's. You're in like advanced physics and
Right.
calculus. Like
That's a lot. Calculus.
yeah,
I don't even know
right.
what that
Like
is.
how are
Like,
you?
don't even
You
ask me
know,
that.
how are you doing?
Calculator? I don't know.
Like how'd you get this far? I'm like, I don't know. Just did it.
Right.
And then so they give me
Showed up.
so then they give me an IQ test because like something's weird here. So like we gotta make sure he's okay. So they give me an IQ test. So they found out I'm 4 points shy of being considered a genius. I didn't believe them either.
Typical.
You would think that, right?
All right,
Yep.
next question.
Typical.
I was like, okay.
Now he's just lying through his
Yeah.
teeth, everyone.
Can we see
Do
it?
Not,
I'll pull
Can
it
we
up.
do the pull-up thing where I can point at it?
I
we
can
are
pull
going to
up.
get a monitor for you to do that.
Yeah.
So we can do your research on about dinosaurs
Yes.
and the apocalypse.
That's
and
crazy. But you know
all
what,
things.
though?
So
I
the-
do believe.
So here's what they thought. They thought because of dyslexia, it balanced me out.
Right.
So I'm back down to like normal, just Jacob the football
Average.
player, average
Yeah.
student. Just B, average student.
Love it.
So they said, you don't know how to actually read. Your brain just like, when someone told you what that word said, your brain just like, cool, remember that.
Humans are weird.
Well,
So
have you seen
yes,
the paragraph
I have
thing?
super high IQ, but also I can't really like comprehend or read. So they're like, you're about average.
You're learning just through conversating.
Yeah.
You're not learning through
I learned by
reading.
doing. I can't like read a book and learn something. I need to like. That's why I learned how to do all this like editing stuff. Was like YouTube.
Right.
There's someone showed me. I'm like,
And
oh,
you
cool,
know what?
I
That
can do
brings
that.
up a really, really
It's just a cool
important
thing.
point. And I've always been fairly loud about this because I struggled with like learning things too. I don't think I'm dyslexic, but like the school system is one base.
Yeah.
You sit in a chair, the teacher goes to a whiteboard and they put it on there. You take notes, you take a test.
Yeah.
That never worked for me. And like there's things that I'm still learning as an adult with like math, especially, let's say, where I'll learn and I'll be like, wow, it's that simple. Like this is why everyone was so like fucking annoyed by me because I was like, I don't get it. Like nothing, like the earth is flat. Like nothing you can do can make me comprehend that to be true. But and it was like, had the teacher just, there should be levels and not like, you know, where you were in the English class for like the people who didn't understand English, but maybe teach English differently,
for that level.
or have the classroom different. Like my son.
Here's what's so funny about that though is that I was such a good math and science student because it was all diagrams and pictures, and like math is like just numbers and like.
Terrible. Math is terrible.
But-
Math is the worst
but-
thing.
I was like super high scoring in math, but then we got to like algebra. It's all like word problems. Also, my scores dipped.
Yeah,
And then,
mine dipped at word
you know,
problems too.
Well, it's like the paragraph. I'm like, I had to read it 4 times before I could understand it.
Right.
But then it's like, well, they kept passing me on. I'm like, wow, just Jacob doesn't like to spell. That's what they told my parents.
They do school like they did it back in the schoolhouse days.
Yeah.
And like thinking the schoolhouse days, like where someone who was loud and outgoing, like was diagnosed with something, right? It wasn't a personality. It was like this kid is sick or this kid robs banks or, you know, back in the day when you were like Johnny and Clyde and whatever. And nowadays it's like, no, it's just their personality and they can't turn it off to learn what you're teaching.
Yep.
So like we need to adjust for our children, like the school system, because the fact that no one caught that you were dyslexic is insane.
Well, I just wasn't good at spelling.
Still,
I was good at everything else, and you know, it probably helped that I was a little
but
pretty
like you
good
were
at
that far
sports. But
dyslexic, and no one thought to think maybe he can't read.
Until your junior year of
Yeah.
college. Like, that's kind of
That's
insane.
insane.
the funny part is like my parents were like, after I found out, they're like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm like, what do you mean, guys? Like,
Thanks a
God
lot
damn.
for helping me
God
all
damn.
these years.
It's like,
Well, like, well,
well,
you
you
just
guys
never
are
passed
welcome
the
that I
spelling
fought
test.
through and adjusted.
No.
Well, they're like,
No
well,
problem,
you
you
were
guys. I
fine.
made it. Everything's okay.
You know, you were fine. You got B's. So what? You didn't make the A honor roll. You
I
made the
don't
B
care,
honor roll
man.
every
That's
time.
crazy. Do you know? is just crazy to me that the school system's like that.
But it was
In mad respect to teachers, I went to be a teacher for 1 semester.
Oh boy.
One. And as I was there, I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not a teacher.
Teaching's a hard job.
I am not a teacher.
Well, it's just like a daycare teacher, especially in elementary school. Like, you're just taking care of people's kids all day and trying to make them
trying
know
to teach
what
them
A, B,
something.
C, D, E, F, G is in a sentence.
Dude,
like,
and nowadays, there's parents that just like, my pre-wife.
Pre-wife.
My pre-wife, she's a teacher, 4th
Yeah.
grade. Dude, hardest, I could never do her job.
No.
Hardest job
I would
ever.
literally hate my life.
I could
Sorry,
not do
I
it.
love children, but 40 of them at one
Oh,
time?
not a chance.
Sign me out.
Dude,
And you know what?
miracle workers.
I remember I was trying to teach Liam how to tie his shoes. And I was like, literally the first thing that came to mind when I was trying to teach Liam how to tie his shoes was like, thank God I did not finish school to be a teacher.
I was going to be a science teacher until like my junior year. I switched.
To just being a scientist.
Well, I switched to just I was doing like a minor in video and audio production.
Oh,
this
for sure.
job.
Okay.
And then I was like, I like doing that more. Because I was taking those for fun classes.
Right.
I was like, well, my fun classes, I pay more attention to than the teaching classes.
Right.
So I was good at science. I was like,
and
I'll be a
this to
science
me
teacher.
is like a field that just always grows and changes.
Well, it's
and
so fun.
That's why I like being a realtor because of my like impulse, like ADHD personality. Like I don't like to just sit. I have a very hard time just sitting and doing. And like no client is the same. No house is the same. Like right now I've been showing a lot of country houses and the other, a couple months ago I was showing a lot of like single family homes and now I'm going to all these cool farmsteads that are so cool.
Yeah.
And it's like no day is the same. So I could see where it's like this job, no day is going to be the same. You're going to talk to me on this podcast thing and then you're going to go do a different thing.
Yeah.
And you're interacting with people and you're not just sitting at a desk like doing numbers and that works for some people. And I'm just like, how do you
Well,
do
that's the thing. Is like, what's kind of crazy that I learned with dyslexia. A lot of dyslexic people are in this type of field. They're actors. They're in movies. They're in video. They're in like. It's a lot of like.
See, I told you I should have been an actress, but I don't have dyslexia.
You'd be surprised. It's like a lot of. It's like it's weird. You see like now that we understand brains more in
Right.
the world, is you can see like a lot of people with like this certain brain waves. Let's just say.
Right.
Really like coordinate towards this type of job and this type of career. A lot of people like this type of go this way, and it's
Right.
like it makes sense.
It makes sense.
'Cause-
Personalities.
Yeah.
There's someone out there for everyone. So there's a job out there for everyone, and there's someone out there for everyone. So I have
true.
I have like my 5 friends, and I was like, they just get me, right? Because what I'll do is like I don't hang out with people, hence the podcast, right? Like I don't go out to dinner, I don't drink. I haven't drank in 2 years. So
Good
like
for you, by the way. I saw that
Awesome.
post the other
do you know what
day.
though? Like I need to go dance at level 10 somehow.
Sarah, absolutely not. No.
Level
Okay,
10 is
honestly-
the scariest place in the world.
Yes, and
Every time I go in
wanna,
there, I'm just like, I just feel tense.
Oh, see, I feel so at home, but I was a Gillies girl, hence Liam.
Wait, Gillies.
It wasn't around when you were around. And dead ass, Gillies went out of business when I got pregnant. I don't know if they went out of business,
It's
but they
because
sold.
Sarah wasn't coming to the bar.
It
Oh,
is-
darn.
I
She
was
left. We're going to get shut down, folks.
Yep, it's
We're never
like-
gonna
down
make
like
it.
$1,000 a month.
Gillies is, and I didn't even pay for anything because it was back in the day.
No,
It was
the guys
no.
would.
Men have never really ever bought me drinks. Like people
Boo.
think, never. I've never really even had boyfriends before my pre-husband.
I don't think I've ever bought a girl a drink.
No, no one hits on me.
When I was single, I never bought a girl a drink.
Travis.
Also, I just didn't
That's
talk to
rude.
people, so.
Yeah, like Travis is so
I was
convinced
drugged
that
downtown
people
with
hit
my
on me.
friends.
No one hits on me.
You were drugged?
No,
like
dragged.
Oh,
My friends were
golf.
like, come on, you're going downtown. I was like,
Oh, golf.
that's
okay,
a real.
what was
that's
Travis
a
saying?
real.
Sorry.
He'll be like, people hit on you. I'm like, Travis, literally no one hits on me. Like, no one has ever bought me drinks really at bars unless I ask. So, like, sometimes I'd be like, are you going to buy that? And someone's like, what? I'd be like, are you buying my drink? Sure. Like, thanks. But back in the day, bars let you win drinks and they had to cancel it. Like, the law changed. I don't really remember.
That you win? How would you win?
Roll the dice, beat the bartender. You'd roll the dice. If your dice were higher than the bartender's, your drink was free.
What the heck? They need to bring that
They
back
they
right
had
now.
no. I'm probably the reason they had to cancel that too.
Down $1,000.
Too
a
much
month.
luck.
There was. Have you ever heard of the drinks like blackout drinks, where it's just a whole bunch of different like? Damn.
You
See,
mean
people don't party like
a
we did back in
Long
the old
Island
days.
tea?
No, it's a blackout.
I think it's an okay thing that we don't party like people used to.
You don't, yeah. It was a whole different world. And like, when was I 21? 2011? Yeah, 2011 I was 21. Yeah. Things were different. Like you would go to Gillies.
I do always think that like the 2010 eras would be pretty lit downtown.
They were crazy.
Like,
Good music.
And we had a hookah lounge.
We
had a hookah lounge. So we would go to Gillies, and you wouldn't go out until like 10, which I'm asleep now. Like I am bathed, my teeth are brushed, and I am going to bed at 10. But like you would go out at 10 in your pink yogas with the flipped waist.
Yep.
The gems on the back that say pink.
On the butt.
You know, your hoodie, your hair in the bun on the top of your head. You would go to Gillies, beat the bartender. They had a stage. You dance the night away on the stage. And then we had DJ NY. Unks, 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 unks. And he'd bounce between Gillies and Level, and the speakers would be on outside, so you could hear him, his DJ NY. Big, he looks like Sylvester Stallone.
Oh,
He's my Facebook friend. Shout out. He was like my favorite. He smelled so good. He was like an Italian man, like a strong Billy Bob. And he smelled so good. But he'd be up on the stage with you, unks, 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 just dancing the night away. And then I became with child, and everyone was so worried. I was like, why are you guys worried? Like, I'm an adult. Dude, 21, not like young.
Very
I was
young.
young. I look back, and now that I'm like, I work with people who can be 21, and there are, like, you're a very mature young man.
He's very mature.
Do you like how I said that? I felt like that was very
Young
adultish.
You should have met me 3 years ago. Lots
Like,
changed.
Right. And like people change it, but I'm like, looking back, I'm like, and like meeting some, not all 21-year-olds, I'm like, I could see why people were really worried about that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like I'm 24 now. When I was 21, I have like Snapchat memories. Like, okay, 4 years.
Thank God we didn't have Snapchat when I was 21.
3 years
It's
ago,
miserable
I'm
sometimes.
with my roommates. We're playing Fortnite. We're playing Rocket League. We're building Hot Wheels tracks in our college apartment that go across the whole apartment.
There's two type of 21-year-olds.
Yeah, it couldn't be me.
We're doing just like dumb stuff, like just like childish things. All I ate was like I just drank Kool-Aid every day,
Oh, love that.
and I would eat mac and cheese and just like
I still only do
hamburgers
that.
and just like weird things. And now I'm
I'm
like,
not a good pre-wife. We're eating mac and cheese for dinner if I'm cooking.
and now I'm like, I was
Okay,
an athlete,
mac and cheese
whatever.
slaps, though. Mac and cheese slaps. First of all.
Okay, well, it's still
Like, it's like the old-
Velveeta.
The
Kraft.
Velveeta?
Okay, Kraft spirals or
The
Spirals. Just
Velveeta
the,
shells with
The cheese.
The cheesy shells.
and it's
No.
like real cheese, not
No.
powder.
And it comes in the liquid, and you're just like,
Yes, and even like the little cups, you just stir it, and it's like, Mom's making dinner tonight. Pickles, Velveeta, and some pepperonis. Have a banana in there. Hit all the food groups.
now, but the thing is, like, now I'm like, okay, kids, let's pack your lunches for school today. And
You
like,
pack lunches for your kids.
well, I'm a good dad.
Well,
oh, Sarah apparently isn't a good
you
mom?
know, dead
Like,
ass.
what
If
was
my
that
kids
about?
want a lunch, they pack it themselves.
Well, here's-
and this has been since like infancy. Like
Well,
I
here's
am
the thing,
not
you
packing
know,
a lunch.
they're, like,
I
I
couldn't
have
even
a,
walk yet, and Sarah literally chucked a piece of meat on the floor and said, "Do it."
Oh, gosh, that sounds like child abuse. We never did
Kidding.
that.
We will edit that out. Just kidding.
we have a
Eat off the floor.
Back your own lunch.
we have pictures of the school lunches so they could see what it is.
Yeah, you eat
and they're
what you
like,
get.
they're well, certain foods, let's say, or develop a trauma response
Oh, okay.
in foster care.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're getting at here.
Materials, textures.
Whatever things, right? So we're a little sensitive to that. So we're like, okay, here's what's for school. Do you like that? And so usually the time they go, oh, I'll eat that. And they go, but sometimes they're like, well, I don't like that. Can I please have a home lunch?
Right.
I'm like, of course. So I pack them a home lunch.
Oh.
You can't have peanuts anymore.
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Well,
of
but-
allergies.
Okay, I understand that. As a person with allergies, like I carry an EpiPen on me all the time because I'll go full.
Ooh, those are so scary.
I will go full anaphylactic shock and I will die in a couple
That's
minutes.
crazy.
Yeah, like
How did you find out that you were allergic to eggs? You
I
ate
almost
one.
died.
Damn.
That is scary.
That's intense.
One random day, I had a spoonful of potato salad and my throat closed. And
Potato salad with the Premier.
it was
Mustard?
some old lady made it.
Oh, because sometimes people don't put eggs in potato
Paige.
salad.
Yes.
Oh, it's the vacuum outside.
Oh, he thought it was you.
Why do you yell at me like that?
So I thought you were playing something
You're
on your phone.
interrupting.
I could hear it on the headset.
Yeah.
God damn, Paige.
Anyways.
Now you see the real side of Jacob.
Yeah, feisty.
I'm a little feisty.
Oh, he can get married.
But
You should
he's
have seen
also
him when
like,
we were making your
he's
logo.
packing his son's lunch, or son and daughter's lunches. And that's, you know what? You might help me grow here.
Doing their laundry.
You might help me grow. And that's the point of this podcast, is to help each other grow, be open to ideas, break stigmas, throw down some walls. Like, I want to break some mad core stigmas. I hate stigmas.
Yeah.
What's your top one you want to get rid of
Oh,
right
gosh,
now?
that's so many. I mean, where do I begin?
What's your first one that pops into your head?
I'm not ready for that topic.
We can cut it out. Don't worry.
Oh, no, we can keep that, because there are stigmas that, like, we are going to have to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, the 3 baby dad one. Hear me out, okay? I got 3 baby dads. I'm loud and proud about it, because here's the deal. 2 used to be a lot. Remember back in the day, if you were divorced and you had a second child, it was like, Sarah has 2 baby dads. Now that's casual. Like,
I'm like 0, but I have 2 kids.
Right. You don't even,
I'm not even, technically I'm not
But
a baby
like
dad.
3 is the new 2.
3 is the new 2.
Things happen, though.
Well, and
People need to realize things happen.
Things happen, but also I'm very honest about it. Like, I'm not ashamed. And like, I think sometimes people try to use that to pass judgment on me. And it's like, that's fine. You can do that. But like, think of it this way. I have 3 people to help cover the cost of my little minions, who are like so fun. So like, when I have 3 kids in college, it's not just on me and one person. Like, this one's going to help with that one. This one's going to help with, well, maybe not. We have kind of a little bit of a dud here and there. And then this one's going to help with that one. You know what I mean? And when this kid needs clothes, we've got 2 of us buying this clothes. We got me buying this clothes. We got 2 of me buying this clothes. Like, truthfully, I think I read somewhere that humans aren't, because we're, what are we? We're mammals.
Yeah.
And not all mammals are naturally, I don't believe in cheating. I think cheating is the worst thing, and we can go in, I think it's gross and it's not okay.
Disgusting.
Oh, it is the worst.
I think it's the worst thing you could do to
Like,
someone.
how could you do that? I never could.
I think, and we'll get into this maybe sometime, but I think emotional cheating is honestly
The
worse
worst.
than physical.
Because you can
And I
physically
don't
cheat
think
with
you can-
someone and not, but like, if you're emotionally tied to
Like,
someone.
you need
I think
that.
they're equal. Cheating's cheating in my book.
Right, but one hurts worse to me.
Yeah.
I've been cheated on in the past.
And
Me
I don't
too.
know if I have
I
or
think
not.
everyone has.
I don't know if I
secretly.
think maybe like one of the people I was seeing was, but like, you can't hurt my feelings. And maybe that's where I need to be studied. Like, maybe someone could listen to these podcasts that's going to school to be like a psychologist. They'd be like, it's weird that nothing can hurt Sarah's feelings. The only time I cry is if I get really angry and I can't like do anything.
Not even like dog dying movies. That always gets me.
No, actually, I did cry when
Like
my dog
Marley?
ate a grape and he almost died.
Marley gets
You're
me
right.
so
You
hard.
caught me. You caught me.
When a dog,
I do-
his
I
thing
do
is
tear
like
up.
people die in movies. No, I don't care. Whatever. I don't care
But
how
a
in
dog-
depth this character was. But if a dog dies, I'm out of there.
See, and I like love my dogs, but I'm not attached. Like, I don't think they're
Oh.
humans.
They're not humans. They're dogs.
But people treat them humanly and like give them birthday cakes and like mad respect. And I think it's just, I'm just too overwhelmed to go that
I'll give
far
them.
into like
I'll,
the birthday.
I'll give
cake
my
thing.
dogs like a pancake with some peanut butter on it for their
for the
birthday.
birthday. Like,
Just-
you even know when their birthday is?
Yeah.
Yes. December
that's
22nd.
Just well, here's the thing that's
2022.
like, you know, I have a golden
you,
retriever
Roky.
named Oliver. He's
Right.
he's just a little guy. He's 75 pounds, but I call him just a little guy. Just a little guy. He's a sweet little guy.
He's sweet. I mean, I have a dog. I saved this dog. I spent over $3,000 to save this dog because he ate a
Oh
grape.
my gosh.
Do you know grapes kill dogs?
Yeah.
Who knew that? People talk about chocolate.
I have an Alexa.
I also have.
You
a
Googled it
I
before
go,
you.
hey Alexa,
Can my dog have this?
Yeah, onion just fell on the floor.
I don't think they can eat onions.
They can.
Well, they can eat onions.
I don't
They
know
can't
if
eat
they
like
can or
avocado
can't.
or something or garlic or.
It's garlic. They
no,
cannot have garlic.
went through a whole
A
list.
little bit of garlic is fine.
Yes.
So
but
my dog ate a
If they
grape.
if they
should-
like a
should.
jar of garlic, it's probably not good for them.
Do you want to know my life luck? This describes my life luck. Okay, I had a savings aside for titties because I want to buy boobs. I'm a mom, right?
Oh, I
okay?
was like, I'm confused.
I had a
here for
savings
second.
aside. This is my
Me and
life
Paige,
luck.
you can't see our faces, but me and Paige were very confused for a second.
Yes. Okay. And so we get this dog. We go to my daughter's ice skating competition in Minneapolis. Okay. While we're there, our car gets robbed of our Christmas presents.
Oh, perfect.
Strike one. Like,
Oops.
that's
Bye.
unfortunate,
I'm
right?
going back home.
Yep. All our stuff is gone. Okay. Whatever. Then we get home and we pick up our dog from the dog sitter, who we love, and this is not their fault. We notice he's a little off, but we think he's mad at us, like
Oh no.
switching environments, whatever. But like it's slowly getting worse. So then I assume this dog, Zeke, eats a lot of things that he shouldn't. I'm like, he probably ate a Barbie or something, right? He just needs to, and then he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
No, like he's not coming out of it, and like weird stuff starts happening, and then like we're like, hey, like did Zeke get into anything there? They're like, no, we don't think so, right? So I bring him to the vet, and I'm like, hey, this dog, like he's sick, and they do blood tests. We're $1,000 in at this point, okay?
Oof.
Did he have a grape? I'm like, let me ask. I text the people who are watching him. They're like, well, what happened was we ordered DoorDash.
Oh, boy.
We gave our kids each a handful of grapes to hold them over while we wait for the DoorDash, okay?
Mm-hmm.
DoorDash driver hits their house. So they go outside, rightfully so, to get insurance. The house I sold them.
Oh. Shout out Sarah, the realtor.
So they go out to talk to the DoorDasher. While they're doing that, their kids are probably eating grapes. The dog eats the grape. So yes, he did have grapes.
So when you asked, did he get into anything? They should have said, yeah, he got into
But
grapes.
they didn't know.
But they didn't know because
Till-
they were
Well,
outside
they
the
figured.
house.
Dying.
They figured.
Right. Because the DoorDash driver hit their house.
Wait, your dog
So we got
died?
robbed. No, so then I'm already
Oh.
1,000 in to find out that my dog ate grapes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's Christmas Eve in like 2 days.
Yeah.
Am I going to be the mom that lets her kid's dog die on Christmas Eve? I don't pack their lunches, but I'm not going to let their dog die on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, probably not.
I have to bring this dog to the dog hospital in Fargo. And they're like, yeah, it's like, $1,500 a month. I'm like, of course it is. Travis looks at me and he's like, okay, you got a decision to make. New boobs or save the dog. And I'm like, wow, that is quite a predicament. And
That
if
really
it wasn't Christmas Eve, Zeke would have died.
Sarah.
Boobs
And
over
we've
dogs.
decided to. We are not saving him again, though.
Boobs over dogs.
I saved him.
That's a clip.
I will
$3,500.
I will sit in my chair at night on Instagram, right? I watch one sad dog video. I'm done for the whole night, and now my whole algorithm is that
Yeah.
last day with my dog.
See, my algorithm doesn't count.
Oh,
Or
my
like
dog
the ones
got
like
lost.
you give your dog like a nice big steak on their last day.
Yep, and I like
No,
Let him
it's
eat
sad.
Let him eat chocolate.
Like, I
let him have
will
ice cream.
I
Like let
cried
him
in
eat
the tub.
anything.
die in the chair, and Rogue comes up to me and he's like, "Did I do something?" I'm like, "No, sweetie, you are perfect, and I would never want this."
But he's an aggressive
he's-
dog. Your dog's an aggressive dog.
Not with me.
Whenever she had work orders, she'd be like,
But-
just beware, like, he growls at people. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he does.
My favorite thing is that like
He's
when
also like
people
100
have like
pounds.
aggressive dogs, but then I show up and they're like the sweetest dog ever.
Dogs
No.
can read people.
That wouldn't
They
happen,
know you're
though,
safe.
with Rogue.
No,
Should we try it?
I've done this like 1,000
Yeah, I mean-
times. I've gone to his house like, okay, my dog's like, or like my dog's scared of men and like you're a big guy, so like be careful.
Right.
And then like they like jump in my lap and I'm like, they're like, oh. I'm
Jacob,
like,
I promise you.
This is a test.
me and your dog will be best friends in 2 minutes. I guarantee it.
No, Jacob, it just wouldn't happen.
I can handle it. The best
It's
part
not
is like,
handling. It's like trying to let him let go. Maybe might happen.
no, I don't want him to let go.
No, she's saying like, his
bite
jaw.
you.
The best part, here's the thing with dogs trying to bite you. You like force, say they're trying to bite your arm, you just give them your arm more and they can't do it. You just tough it out.
I don't know if I believe
There's
that
like
one.
bloodshed.
I've had dogs try to bite me. You flex your arm and they can't get through.
I'm secretly somewhat
Jacob,
intimidated
get
by
out of
Steve.
here right now. Like
he's
that is like so much BS right there. Like literally, shut your mouth. There's no way in heck that. Bye.
The only way we
Anyways.
can know, Paige.
Okay, I'll bring Rogan here with you. You can watch him for the day.
No, I
see
think
what
he has
happens.
to go to your house to like
where
feel.
he's really protective.
Yes. Yep.
I will have
I want
a
a real life
sweet little
scenario.
kid, right? On a bike on the other side of the street, right? The mom is right behind him with their tiny little chihuahua. Rogue.
Chihuahuas don't count. That's fair.
Chihuahuas
Next,
aren't
try a new
dogs.
dog.
Those
Try
are
a new dog.
rodents.
Any dog.
Yeah, try a new
Any
dog.
dog. My sweet old lady neighbor. I think he's getting used to her now. Like, it takes him a while. So, yes, if you were to come watch him, like, literally every single day for probably the next year,
Nah.
maybe a year or two.
2 minutes.
Jacob.
We're best friends.
You have to do it, Paige. You guys have
Fine.
to do it. Lunch
And
at Paige's.
I am
I've never
not
met a dog that
liable.
doesn't like me.
Lunch at
You will.
Paige's.
I am not liable for any injuries
But
If this
how's it
happens.
gonna?
Noted.
A dog can't injure me.
Oh, that's just egotistical.
One day you're gonna get hurt by like a dog.
I've had dogs try and bite me. I just
I
don't
can
let
see
them.
it now.
You're gonna get some bad
Hey
karma,
Sarah, we
Jacob.
can't do your podcast.
I love
pet the
dogs.
stranger dog on the street.
No.
The
dogs-
guy warned me. I
No.
asked, "Can I pet your dog?" And the guy's like, "No." And Jake's like, 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes with him. The guy's like, "No, dude. Like my
Jacob
dog's
doesn't
on
have a
stage."
nose. He doesn't have lips.
I've
No more left
I've never asked. The dog just come to me. I'm a magnet.
A dog magnet.
I
Well,
wish my dog was like that. I really, really, really do.
You do, and
I
you're
really
a good.
do.
You're a good dog mom.
But I'm also very anxious, so he gets
He feels.
really anxious. So when he's with Red, listens all the time. But
Be good, do good.
I like
That's
it.
Do you know why? Because if you're good, and you be good, you'll do good, and if you do good, you'll be good.
That's true.